You are right, Jim. The headlines never stop. But let's go back to the Super Bowl for a quick minute before we move forward with some of the headlines of the offseason. Let's talk about the bump. No one's pregnant. But let's talk about Travis Kelce and the bump on Andy Reid. He was seen yelling on the sideline in the second quarter after the KC fumble, and he nearly knocked Andy Reid over. Some people are saying Kelce went too far. What are your thoughts on what went on the sideline?
I think it would have been nice if the broadcast didn't gloss over it. But I don't think it's really that big of a deal, Rico. They have that kind of relationship. He wasn't trying to assault his coach. He was frustrated. He wanted the ball.
Yeah, that's one of those things that because it's Travis Kelce, we just excuse. If it's other players, oh my God.
If it's Mecole Hardman.
Right. Did you see the disrespect? And Andy Reid's a champion, and you don't do that. But it's him, so we just let it go by. But could you imagine if if Lamar went up to John Harbaugh and bumped him like that? It would be all over the place. Oh, look at Lamar's losing it. So it's one of those where it's good to be the king. It's good to be Kelce. It's good to have a famous girlfriend. The NFL needs you, so you can get away with that, David. But no.
What do you mean get away? What should have happened? Did he really cross a line?
Yeah, he did.
I don't think he did.
David, he ran and knocked the clipboard out of his hand. It's not like he came up to him and just said yelling. It was the manager coming up to the umpire and bumping him whoa.
See, I don't think he did, but here's what I want you to do, because you did a great job pre-show explaining what happened, because they did gloss over it. Explain why he was upset.
He was upset because the play, he went out of the game. He wanted to get back in. They said no. The tight end that came in was the guy that he missed his block, and it caused Pacheco to fumble the ball. And he was like, I should have been out there. If I was out there, this wouldn't have happened. We would have scored. I get the excitement.
And that's why I have no problem with it.
I get the excitement. Power it down. Okay, David, you could be upset with something that goes on the show. You're not walking in Jimmy's office and throwing his lunch on the floor.
No, but it's not like
trying
he
to get his attention.
It's not like he grabbed him by the collar and shook him. It's not like he shoved him to the ground or started punching him. I mean, this wasn't like a brawl.
Reid had no idea. He comes up to him, clipboard falls out of his hand. What is the place on fire? What is your problem right now? It's good to be the king.
It is good to be the king, and since they are the king again, let's talk about them. Are they a dynasty? 3 Super Bowls in 5 years, back-to-back champs for the first time since the Patriots did it in 2004 and 2005.
It's an obvious yes. They're a dynasty.
I do. I think they were a short-term dynasty, especially 3 and 5 years. Now you're going to look at, okay, can you extrapolate that? Can you continue the success? And I'm thinking that they can, because remember, kind of like when Tom Brady, when they weren't the number 1 seed and we start saying, you got to go on the road now, Tom. Let's see. Okay, he went on the road. Oh, you can't do it again. And he just did it again. Oh, but just wait. You're going up against, and he just beat him in overtime. Yeah, I don't see him slowing down, and barring a catastrophic injury, this is a dynasty. And the reason why I say it's a dynasty, because kind of like what the Patriots did, they're evolving on the fly. This isn't the team that won that first Super Bowl that was all offense. This team's all defense. The first team had, players that you knew of. This one on offense, okay, yeah.
Think about it. They trade away Tyreek Hill.
Right, and
they go to the Super Bowl. Mahomes is on a bad ankle against the best pass rush in football, and they come back down 10 and win anyway.
Yeah.
Then the very next year, this year, the receiving corps led the league in drops.
Yeah.
Both tackles are handsy and take a lot of penalties, shaky at best.
I was waiting for the tackle to jump offside like he did against the Lions. He learned his.
But again, down 10
on the fly.
Down 10, they still win anyway. This was supposed to be the down year for Kansas City, and they went on the road multiple times and won differently. Yeah, they're complete.
Is it a dynasty, David? Yeah. You want to know how I know it's a dynasty? Because we were talking in the commercial break. You know what I said? If the Niners make it back, I don't want to see another rematch with them. Yeah. I don't want to see it again.
Because you could put them in. You can automatically.
I just don't want to see it again, because it's just like, you know what? No, just no. But yes, they are a dynasty. Like it or not, they're only going to get better.
Young defense, very young defense.
Because now, okay, you could go out and get a top receiver in the draft And now you got somebody that you can control for the next 5 years if you take a receiver in the first round.
So from one dynasty to the last coach that coached the last dynasty was Bill Belichick. He is somewhat in the news. Tom Pelissero is reporting, says, quote, Belichick does not want to continue to coach, and the expectation right now within the league is Belichick is coaching somewhere, does want to coach. He's coaching somewhere in 2025. Then he says, I'm told shortly after the Falcons opted for Morris, several owners reached out to Belichick about next year's hiring cycle. So who are those teams that are putting their coach on the hot seat already?
I mean, probably Dallas is one. Chicago's another one.
Mm-hmm.
Philly's got to be in there too. Yeah.
Philly.
How about a guy who should have been fired this year? Dennis Allen and the Saints.
Yeah. I don't think that Belichick's going to come back. I think that he's going to see what life is like out of the league, less stressful, and I don't think he's going to want to come back. I got enough money. I'm making money on the broadcast. I'm sorry, why do I want to do this again? I got my rings. Chances are if I take a team, they're a bad team, and they're going to be failing. I'm not going to flip this thing around in a year or two. It's a young man's game. I don't think he comes back. I think right now he's missing the game. But I think he goes the way of Cowher, where he just walks away and says, yeah, I'm done.
But isn't he chasing Shula? Doesn't he need like a dozen or so more wins to be the winningest coach in NFL history? So I think he's going to want to come back. The question is, he got passed over in this cycle for as great as coach as he is. Maybe the league looks past him again.
No, and I also think the league is kind of like most businesses. If I can go get somebody younger and cheaper, because Belichick ain't coming on a discount.
Yeah.
You're going to have to pay him where I can go and get this young 38, 40-year-old coach who's just hungry and wants a job and pay him half the price. That's the NFL. I don't think he comes back, David.
So let's get to a couple teams that are in the market to upgrade at quarterback. And I want to know, will they make this move? Because a name is floating around there. And one team is the Raiders. Antonio Pierce wants to be aggressive in landing a new quarterback, whether that's trading up from 13 or possibly trading for a quarterback. And then this from Adam Schefter from the Pat McAfee show that the Steelers are looking to upgrade at quarterback, and Tomlin loves Justin Fields. His name is floating around both teams. Who makes the move?
David.
More likely to make the move.
No offense, you don't have a quarterback.
Right. So go get Justin Fields, right?
I think Chicago's stupid enough to trade him away. And I wouldn't do it. I think that with all the capital they have, if they traded the number one pick, they could flip that into probably 2 or 3 more number one picks. And they have pick number 9, but they're the Bears, and the Bears aren't smart. There's a reason why they're there. So, yes, I would go after Fields, and you probably only have to come off of maybe a second rounder to get him. Absolutely. If I'm Pittsburgh, if I'm the Raiders, and the other one, if I'm the Seahawks, I'm going after him.
Steelers don't pick until 20, latest of the group you just mentioned.
Oh, well, and the Falcons.
Which means you may have to make a trade. So, yeah, they have to kick the can on that. Kick the tires on it.
And let's close it out with this. It was a wonderful halftime show last night. I don't want to hear any comments, nothing from people in the gallery. But
do people not like it?
I don't know. Some people may not.
No, people hate on it every year.
People. So let me get to this. There are odds out on FanDuel who will perform at next year's Super Bowl. It is in New Orleans. You got Bad Bunny at plus 6,000. You have DJ Khaled plus 1,200. Justin Bieber plus 1,500. Taylor Swift. Can't have a Super Bowl without Taylor Swift, right? Plus 450. Leading the way, Lil Wayne plus 250.
I mean, I can't see Taylor Swift taking off from doing her shows where she makes billions to do a free one for the NFL when I can just sit in the suite and watch somebody else do their work. So I would have liked to see her zip line down to the stage. That would have been pretty cool. All right, here I come.
I'm on my way.
But that's an underwhelming list. I'll be honest with you. Don't care about any of them.
And, of course, Lil Wayne's leading the way because it's in New Orleans. So
the fact that you said Taylor Swift is the second highest on the odds there.
Yep.
Let's hope. You know what? I'm going to take the field and just pray that they go get somebody because
better than this list. DJ Khaled doesn't even rap. He just yells.
Right.
But he's on the list.
I mean, go get Britney. She needs the notoriety.
No, please no.
I'm like, this list is so bad.
Well, Swift would not be a bad choice.
No.
So who would
She's
you
not
want?
doing
Who
it.
would you want?
No, but okay.
Swift's not doing it because why?
I know, but not to nauseate anybody. But what if it's Kelce and the Chiefs again in the Super Bowl and she's doing the halftime show?
Which is why she's not going to want to do the show. She's going to, unless she's not on tour. But let's face it, her tour can go for the next 3 years.
And she has new music coming out. Why do I know that? Because she's everywhere.
You're a Swiftie, aren't you?
Last note on Swift.
You're
No,
a Swiftie.
no, but last note on her. I was told I'm supposed to hate this woman. She's chugging beers. She's watching the game. She looks like a football fan supporting her boyfriend. Why am I supposed to hate her again?
You know why? Because people are idiots. They keep cutting away. Okay, they really didn't. Okay, her man is making a big play. She's cheering. Now, here's what I don't understand. Who is Ice Spice? And why was she at the game? Ice Spice had zero interest. The Chiefs are driving. Everybody in the box is Jason Kelce. Like, everybody is, yes. And she is sitting there like, when are we going home again? I got to let the cat out. Like, what are we, why is she here? They scored the winning touchdown. They're celebrating, and she's looking like, was this a good thing? Should we be happy? I'm like, who are you? And why are you even there? Like, if you didn't want to be at the game,
don't go to the game.
It's people like that give it up. She just was there to be seen.
Yeah.
I mean, because they did the cutaway, like, there's LeBron. He was interested. Jay-Z and Beyonce. And then I'm like, am I supposed to know who Ice Spice is? Like, okay. Good for me.
And
Good for
that
you.
is in football today.